Hello world and welcome to Geek4Geeks. In this video we are going to be talking about pointers in Go programming language. I hope you're excited, so let's get started. In Go, most variables hold value directly. So if we assign a value 1.23 to a variable, then for all intentions and purposes, that's the value the variable holds, 1.23. However, it's also possible to create a pointer to a value. Pointers point a value in memory. That is, pointers are a value that gives the address of another value elsewhere in memory. If you are familiar with object references in C# or Java, those work almost exactly like pointers. Moreover, if you already know pointers from C or C++, Go pointers work almost the same way, except that you can't alter the existing pointer as you can in C and C++. To declare a variable that holds a pointer to a type of value, just put a star before the type. So var x float64 declares a variable that holds float64 directly. However, var x star float64 declares a variable that holds a pointer to a float64. The ampersand operator is the address of operator, so you can read this as the address of a value. This takes a value variable and returns the address that holds it. Then assign it to a variable that holds a float64 pointer. The star operator is the reverse of the ampersand operator. It takes a pointer and gets the value at that address that points to it. So if we were to run this, first it would take the value 1.23 and store it in a variable a value. Then the ampersand address of operator would take the address of a value variable and store it in this a pointer variable and holds a pointer. First we print out the pointer and then we print out the value that's at the memory address pointed to by the pointer. There are a couple of circumstances where it's better to use a pointer than using a value directly. The first is a function that needs to accept their arguments in some way. Function arguments in Go are passed by value. The function always receives a copy of the value that's being passed in. So if a function needs to alter the value it receives in some way, they'll be altering the copy and not the original. For example, here we have a half function that is supposed to cut the argument it receives in half. So up here we assign a number to the myNumber variable and then we call the half function on it. We are expecting it to cut the number in half from 2.6 down to 1.3 that it received down here in the number parameter. Also, we divide the number in half because the number contains a copy of 2.6 and not the original value. Our change is also effective within the body of the half function. So that's what gets printed down here. The number in half we see 1.3. However, when we get back up to the main function and print number in main, we get 2.6. Because the number in the main function was utterly unaffected by the half function. However, if we update the half function to receive a pointer and alter the value that pointer points to, then the function changes will still be valid outside of the main function. So up here in the main function, let's instead pass the address of myNumber to half. Then let's update the half function to take a pointer to a float64 value instead of an actual float64 value. We'll take the value to that pointer points to and divide that by half, and then update the value at that address. So finally, we will update our println statement here to reflect the fact that we are working with the value at the address rather than the value directly here within the function. Let's save this real quick and try rerunning it. And this time our number gets updated both within the half function and changes are still valid outside of it, that is in the main function. We don't pass my number itself to that half function. Instead, we pass the then we update the value at that address. However, we updated the value at that address rather than the copy of that value. Those changes are still active when we get back here in the main function. The other situation where it may make sense to use pointers instead of passing values directly is when you need to pass an aggregate value to a function. For example, here we are passing a complex struct to a describe function, and if we were to pass a copy of that, it would take up extra memory. However, if we were to update the function to accept a pointer instead, we wouldn't have to worry about passing a copy. We would pass the memory address of the struct and then print that struct out. So, for example, if we update the describe function to accept a pointer to a car and update describe to pass the address of the car variable rather than the car variable value itself. Well, it still works the same, but it won't copy the car value when passing to the describe, saving us memory. Let's try rerunning this and you'll see that we get the same result. Those are the two basics of how to use pointers in Go. It's not very complicated, but it may take a little time to get an intuitive grasp of the situation where you need to use them. You'll often find the need to use pointers when calling various functions, either because the function needs to alter the values you're passing to it, or because the value is large and efficient to create a copy of it. This is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. If so, drop a like. See you in the next video. Happy coding until then.